What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, hit the little bell notification. I'm trying to get to 100,000 by my birthday and we are gonna work hard to get there. So anyway, let's hit the intro. This is Inside Psych.
The days that you feel like you can't push anymore. Keep pushing.
So, as you know, I go through comments every single day and I pick out the best ones that I want to do videos on. And one thing that I've seen a lot of kids ask for is what happens if you can't sleep at night, or what happens if you don't want to sleep in a room, or what happens if you don't like your roommate and you don't want to be in the same room as them at night, or if you're one-on-one. So I thought we'd just cover all those questions today and knock them out. I want to preface this with, this is per my place, every place is different. I am a staff member there, not a nurse or a therapist. Anyway, so there's lots of different situations in which you can ask to not be in your room at our place, so I wanted to go over a few of them. If you do not feel comfortable with your roommate, whether that's they've made comments or you just don't want a roommate and you really just don't feel comfortable, they snore, you can't sleep, like pick any situation you want where you're like, I can't have a roommate. I do not feel comfortable having one. I do not want one. Like, get me out. Here's what you can do at our place. Pull your favorite staff member aside. Or just a staff member. I always say pick your favorite one because usually the one you click with the most will obviously fight for you the most. They should all fight for you, but sometimes you just have a better relationship with other ones, or you just feel like you can confide in them more. Go up and be like, hey, Miss Maddie, I just want to let you know I cannot sleep with XYZ in the room. They snore. They've made some weird comments. I don't feel safe. I'm not going to be safe. Just tell them what your reason is. And then offer, you know, at ours, the kids will say to us, I'll sleep on the unit. Sleeping on the unit really isn't ideal. We don't let the kids usually like just willingly go out there unless they have a good reason or unless they're one-on-one. On our place, sleeping on the unit means you get a boat, which is like a trundle kind of. Like, if I can find a picture of one, I'll put it right here. If not, I'll describe it. It's like a portable bed. We'll put it on the unit. The bad part about that at our place, at least, is there's more light. It's not as dark as a room because we have to be able to see to chart and clean and do that kind of stuff. But a lot of kids will be like, hey, I don't feel safe in the room. Can I please sleep out here? We usually say, sure. We don't let them pick roommates because they usually will either pick their friends or someone they like, and we just want you guys to go to sleep. At our place in Kansas, you can only be roomed with someone within a 2-year age gap. So that also plays a massive effect. Also, our units are split by gender. So you just usually go. A lot of kids don't complain on the roommates. TikTok usually comes up with like the worst case scenarios that kids don't ever ask, but I'm playing it out through YouTube. But anyway, ask to be on the unit, ask, you know, or have a backup plan and be like, okay, because nighttime is so hectic. If you ask us throughout the day, it's probably easier, but also night shift doesn't always see the same as we do, and they know how nights work better. But have a backup plan, be like, okay, I'm 16, so-and-so 16, what if we switch? That way, because we don't have to go through charts and charts and charts of trying to like replan everyone, you can be like, hey, Miss Maddie, so-and-so 16, I'm 16, can we just switch? I just don't feel comfortable in here. You know, 9 out of 10 times I'll say yes unless there's something conflicting. We do have this thing called no roommates. I don't want to go too in-depth in that, but there are times where a kid is listed as a no roommate, which means absolutely no roommate. They get the whole room to themselves, or they have to sleep on the unit. Lately we haven't had enough kids to fill every bedroom, so the kids have all gotten their own rooms. If you don't feel like, I wouldn't say safe, because if you don't feel safe in the room, I would prefer you to be on the unit. But if you don't feel comfortable or you can't sleep without like music and stuff, just ask. You know, there's several times where a kid has come up to me and they're like, Miss Maddie, because I do pick up nights. They're like, Miss Maddie, I can't sleep. I have a really good Spotify list. I say this in every video. I'll put it down below. That helps me, and I'll play it. Or if there's certain songs they want to play, I'll play it. Or like rain noises or something that will just like help them. I'm like, sure, let's get it done. Like, let's listen and see if it helps you. One-on-ones and two-on-ones are very different at night. There's been times and situations where we have completely, you know, a kid is a one-on-one and we completely like take the room and just make it a one-person bedroom, and staff, we don't sit in the room, we sit right outside with a chair. So like there's the doorway, here's the chair. That way we can see the hallway, we can see the kid, and we're not left in the room with the kid alone for their safety and ours. There have been times where like staff has gotten hurt because they had to grab something out of the kid's room, and that's why we prefer that the cameras can always see us, because you always want to have yourself protected too. But if you're a one-on-one or a two-on-one, we usually sit right outside the door. I talk to them. Like, I'll sit there and I'll talk to them until they fall asleep if they want. I'll play music. I'll listen to them. There have been some nights, like I have on my phone, I have an app that's like a nightlight. There's sometimes a kid just can't sleep without a lot of light, and I get it because I'm one that I can't sleep without some kind of noise, and I prefer a TV. So I just put the light on, and it's like a little glowy light, and it's just a sense of like comfort for them. At our place, it's usually like perfect temperature at night. I feel like unless it's winter and it's cold, ask for an extra blanket if you want. If you're on the boats, we really try to be as quiet as possible because you don't want staff waking you up throughout the night. And I know it's like a big complaint in my comment section. We actually don't shine lights in everyone's eyes at our place. I see a lot of comments where they're like, at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., every 15 minutes they checked on us and shine lights at our eyes. We just pop our head in the door and see if you're awake, and then we chart it. We do chart on you guys every 15 minutes, but it's usually just if you're asleep. Now, if you're in there doing some sketchy shit, someone will sit there with you, or, you know, you guys can ask for a PRN at our place. You can ask the nurse for like melatonin or whatever your doctor prescribes as a PRN to sleep. Whether it's melatonin, I think some kids take Benadryl. I think it's usually melatonin though, is like what they will give you at night to sleep. You have to wait until 11 p.m. Because that gives you a chance to try to fall asleep, but you can't ask for it after 3 a.m. because after 3 a.m. you have to be up not super early. We wake up around 9:30, but it's just too big of a gap, so they do that. I totally let you guys, we let you guys get up, get water throughout the night, go to the bathroom, whatever you need. It's, you know, it's your home for the week, so make it home. There are bed alarms. It's weird. I don't want to say ours are the best because like you can literally roll over and the bed alarm will go off. But the good thing is it doesn't wake you guys up. How it is the alarms are in your room. Once you're in bed, once we made sure you're asleep, the bed alarm's gone. That protects you. You know, if you fall off and have a seizure, the alarm goes off. We see it. If you if someone tries to get up in the night, if you know, it's to prevent you from like having anyone go in your room while you're asleep, but also prevent you from doing something. So if you're having a bad night and you try to SH, the alarm will go off and notify us because we're there to help you. And so it just lets us know like, hey, kid in 4A is awake, go check. Our beds are listed A and B. I don't mind giving you guys new sheets not every night, I would say every couple nights, unless something happens, because the sheets are kind of like, I wouldn't say hard to come by, but to get a full set every single day would be really hard there. But like I said, if you just don't feel comfortable or don't feel like you're going to be safe in the psych hospital at night, you need to tell your treatment team. If you're mildly okay during the day and then at night it's just when your head is not there, just be open and honest. No one's going to judge you. We see so many different stories. We see so many different situations. We're put in so many different situations and we're trained in different situations that's our job. We're there to help and sit with you. There are different hospitals I've seen. Like ours is hard to describe. Ours is a long, narrow hallway and rooms on either side. So I can sit in the middle and I can pretty much see everyone. And the other hospital I work at is kind of built the same way, but it's a circle. And so the station for staff is in the middle and we can like see like everyone's rooms that way. I've seen them where they're like hotel rooms and they have their own bathrooms in it. Like I said, every place is going to be different. The thing that's going to get you the best result in treatment is to just be open and honest and, you know, be realistic where your head's at, how you feel, what you're doing. That's going to help you the absolute most. And just remember, you know, if there are rules in place, they are for your safety. You know, if a place says, hey, you can't switch rooms, there's probably a reason why. One of the places I work at does not allow us to have kids sleep in the lobby, which is like, we call it the unit at the other place where you can bring the boats, the little portable beds. They just don't allow it. Instead, they'll put someone in your room to watch you like at the door. That just goes to show like how every single place is different. I am going to tell you kind of a couple sentences that might help you if you're nervous, because I know a lot of people are always like, how would you phrase this? What do I say? Just go up to a staff or a staff you feel comfortable with and say, hey, I don't feel like I'm going to be safe tonight in my room. Can I either sleep on the unit or can a staff sit outside my door until I fall asleep? That's all you have to say. You know, I mean, you can go into detail, they might ask you some more questions, but that sentence alone will be enough to get their attention to be like, okay, let's see what we can do to help you. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. It was very requested. Like I said, it's always in my comment section, like, you know, refusing to go to bed and stuff. I wouldn't really say refusing. We don't ever have kids refuse to go to bed. It's more of like trouble sleeping going to bed or scared to go to bed. So I hope this helps you. Remember, it might be a bad day, month, year, but it's not a bad life. Remember, like, subscribe, help me get to 100K. I love you guys.